Are we alive?
Now we are.
Okay.
I was waiting for you to stop ranting.
No, I'm done with my rant. No, you know what? I'm not done with my rant. We're gonna rant for another 4
No,
hours.
you're not.
No,
I
just
will
kidding.
stop the stream if you start ranting about Treyarch's misportrayal of guns.
And another thing about this Destiny.
Oh my god.
Why did they replace Peter Dinklage? Why? He was the best part. Is it because he said he wanted to? In his contract says you have to play Peter Dinklage. Whenever
I
my
miss
character
I miss
flies,
Dinklebot. Though no lie, I miss Dinklebot.
I do too.
Hi
Well, he's in
Amber, how are
Borderlands.
you?
Hello, Ember. Well, he is in the Borderlands 3 is like a little Easter egg.
I'm
The
okay.
Dinklebot.
How about you? I'm doing all right. Let me run other intro real quick. We'll be right back.
Wait,
Nope, I
shit.
forgot. I hit the wrong button. Hold on. There we go. I can do buttons. I forgot how short that one is compared to the other one.
Hmm. Is it? It's meme time. It's meme time. Gather your friends. It's meme time.
Oh my god.
The only cure for sadness.
Wow.
It's meme time. It's meme time. Gather all your friends. It's meme time. It's meme time. It's meme
Rockstar,
time.
thank you for the host.
You're welcome.
What?
Yeah, the Twitch app open still. All right. Okay. And I did it the way you say. You have to put it in the chat because it looks fancy. I don't know. Maybe it works better because sometimes when I host people, they don't give me. They just don't say anything or it doesn't pop up on their screens like you're hosting.
Yeah, sometimes if you do it, like I have an extension on the browser that just puts it as a button. Sometimes when you push the button, all it says is it'll say updating, but nothing happens.
All
So
right. So I'm
putting
gonna
it
start
in
doing it.
your
I'm just gonna.
putting it in your chat is the sure way to do it.
All right. I'll start doing that from now on. Because I've hosted Amber multiple times. It doesn't say anything, so I'm like, okay, maybe I just like, oh, maybe it's just hosting, but like she doesn't have a notification pop
Yeah,
up saying like you're hosting.
sometimes it's the chat box, server, whatever. Sometimes it's the button. Sometimes it's Twitch. Who knows?
Yeah, Twitch has been the Twitch mobile app's been a little funky because there was
Twitch
a
mobile app's
what was it? I think it
always
was
funky.
well, it was what was I think it was that Nurak had Nurak always pops into the live stream because he's like my main modder,
Yeah.
and also because Tuesdays is Bat Pun
Excuse
Tuesday,
me.
so he always has to be there.
Bat pun Tuesday.
Yeah, I get. We already have it where if I want to get a sound command of just exclamation bat dash, where it's Batman delivering stuff to the delivering food in the Batmobile, it's gonna be the Gabriel Iglesias just like
Oh my
sound
god.
command of like, "Want some candy? Help me find my puppy." And then I'm gonna get
Why?
an emote of Batman. I'm gonna get
Oh my
an
god.
I'm gonna get an emote of Batman. I already decided what my third emote's gonna be. It's gonna be an emote of Batman wearing an apron and a baseball cap that says Bat Dash on it.
That's great.
And I'll let him know tomorrow. Okay, but enough about Bat Dash. Welcome to the Tales of the Archives.
Yeah, it's been the last time we did one of these was Halloween because
What was it?
my topic on the overlay was the origins of Halloween.
Oh yeah, that's right. It's been that long.
It's
Damn,
been
it's really
that
been that
long.
long.
It's been
Damn.
6 months.
Damn, Daniel. Damn.
Damn, Daniel.
What are those? Back at it again with the wifey. That's fucking internet.
I'm just waiting.
Damn, Vlass, what is that? 6 fucking months.
Oh my
Okay,
god.
but yes, welcome to the tales. This is our little thing, a little corner section of the Apollyon spacecraft, the SS Apollyon 6969.
Speaking of 69 views.
That's why I did the joke. That was a running joke. Our little corner of the library here at the Apollyon. We like to sit here and relax, listen to some lo-fi and cool and smooth jazz, Squidward style.
Squidward style.
Yeah, when he was like mistaken for being that furry creature. Like
You've reached the house of unrecognized talent. Please leave a message at the.
Jesus Christ. But yes, this is our little thing. So we have an interesting tales that I've been meaning. I've always wanted to do more because, again, I don't know much like Vlass. I believe like me and Vlass are into mythology a lot. Like I'm into like Greek and Nordic mythology. Jesus, I fucking tongue tied today. It's been a long day. But I'm more interested in not only mythology but folklore, scary stories, urban legends like the Mothman or Bigfoot or Johnny Bravo.
Johnny Bravo.
It's gonna be an urban myth. You see what
It
happened
really
to fucking
is,
Pepe Le
though.
Pew. So happened to fucking Pepe Le Pew. They fucking killed him. Do another episode about my thoughts about that shit. About them killing Pepe Le Pew for what for people being fucking over dramatic over a fucking cartoon. But anyway.
Right.
Because like somebody just like was on a Twitch streamer was like, somebody's like, I'm afraid for my boy Johnny Bravo. I was like,
Bless you.
so was somebody sneezing or
Yes,
saying
that was.
fuck you?
That was my dad sneezing.
It sounded like fuck you when I
That
said
was
the
my
Johnny
dad
Bravo.
sneezing.
Oh,
He's like the
God.
loudest sneezer ever.
Oh no. I know somebody who's louder. It's like the fucking SpongeBob. When somebody used to work with
Oh no.
sneeze at Kroger, they sneeze so loud. I was like, Jesus, you're gonna wake somebody up with that fucking sneeze.
Right.
It's like SpongeBob's alarm clock.
The
Like,
fucking foghorn.
it was that fucking loud. It would echo throughout the whole store, and it could be so busy and packed. Like I'm talking like possibly like day before Thanksgiving or like Super Bowl Sunday busy, and like how busy that used to be.
Yeah.
It can be that busy and loud. He sneezes, the whole store. You can hear a pin drop. How quiet
Wow.
it gets. And I'm like, I literally pressed it like, Jesus, man, you can just like record that and sell it as an alarm clock, and everybody would get up on time and never
Right.
want to go back to sleep.
Right.
And I got a big ovation for that. Anyway. So yes. To the tales. So, as I said, I don't know, Vlass, are you into folklore? Does it intrigue you?
Yeah, I read it and I'm interested in it, but it's not like an all-consuming thing. It can be, but
It's not really for me. It has to pique my interest.
yeah,
Same thing with like
exactly.
mythology, because like Greek mythology, I was always interested because in middle school learning about Greek mythology, and then Nordic mythology, I got into more and more how interesting it is, and then fucking Assassin's Creed Valhalla and Assassin's Creed Odyssey just fucking helped that out more.
Mm-hmm.
Because they're heavily into that, but yeah. But I've always been interested in other folklores and stuff like that. So like I've read Irish folklore and mythology, and what we're doing today, Japanese, because we all know me and Vlass are big fucking weebs.
I mean, I'm wearing a Naruto Ichiraku ramen shop shirt right now.
Nice. And I have wall scroll. I'm looking at 2 wall scrolls on my wall and all over 500 volumes of manga. So yeah, we're big fucking weebs. But just Japanese culture is very intriguing. just how like certain things and stuff, and then learning that there's, of course, growing up, some people I don't know, I never. The only time I ever went camping was at fucking school field trip, which was summer camp before summer for a 2-day 1-night thing, and the I guess he was the fucking not the head counselor, he was like the owner of the camp, told like this scary story about giant man-eating slugs on the bridge at night. And all they find is bones. Scared the shit out of me. I was fucking 9 years old.
Yeah, I never went
Because
to
how
camp like that.
they do it I don't know if they do it anymore. Because because again, I moved away from it. Yeah, it was because the school was close to the campgrounds.
Did Jimmy just say he was a giant slug?
No, it was it's the fucking counselors
Oh
will
my
tell scary
god.
stories. Kids keep them in their fucking cabin, like don't go out wandering at night. And the guy was like, this guy looked fucking like he looked like Ricky Mooney.
Oh really?
Not Ricky Mooney. Not Ricky Mooney. Isn't it Ricky Mooney? Yeah, Ricky Mooney's Crazy Pills.
Mickey
Dude, you'll be so
Rooney.
crazy. Yeah, Mickey Rooney. Yeah,
Yeah,
he looked
Mickey
like
Rooney.
that. Yeah, he looked like that, but not as fat. He wasn't as chubby.
Oh really?
And he had a mullet.
He had a mullet.
It was like he had like a blonde that was turning. It
Nice.
was like bright blonde. It was white, pretty much mullet. But he was just like he comes and says like, gather around, children, to the fire. Let me tell you the story about what happened to these campers a couple of years back. They went out onto the bridge, and there was a rock, and there was like a giant bridge, like an old-fashioned bridge going across the lake.
Mm-hmm.
He's like, kids went out there and these giant yellow man-eating slugs ate them, and all the
Wow.
police found were just their bones. And he went into vivid description to the point it was like I listen to a lot of horror podcasts, and like that's like they're not even on the fucking same level as this guy's description.
Yes.
Like, yeah, and you're 9 years old, so of course you're gonna be not leaving the fucking cabin at night.
Mm-hmm.
You're just gonna scare the shit out of everybody, so they don't want to go to bed until like 4, until the fucking sun's about to come out. Anyway, we're talking about camp stories or Rockstar's traumatic childhood of why the fuck he's so fucking crazy as an adult. We're talking about Japanese folklore. Japanese folklore. So, Vlas, have you heard of any Japanese folklore before we dive in?
I've heard of a few.
I have not, except for the one, but it was a manga story, so I doubt it was real.
I mean, a lot of manga and anime and movies are based off of actual folklore tales, and I say based, not not they're faithfully recreating the tale. No, they're based on the tales, but just like Hollywood says, based on a true story. Where it includes one element of that story and then everything else is Hollywood bullshit. But anyways.
Based on a true story. See? The person who this person who owned this ice cream shop that's in this horror movie about giant killer clowns, her name was Emily too. So it's based on a true story. I like stupid type of shit. But yes. There was one as a manga called Ibitsu. It kind of piqued my interest about it. They had an urban legend in that one that if you saw a girl in a gothic Lolita dress, if anyone knows what a Lolita is, it's a girl dressing up in gothic European style, like late 1800s, like dresses, like during like in London, England, pretty much they were in that. But anyway, you'll see her in the alley. She'll say, "Will you be my Oni-chan?" And if you reply yes, she'll follow you and drive you crazy and kill you. If you say no, she'll just kill you on the spot. So yeah.
Was that the Junji Ito one?
No, this is not a Junji Ito one. This is like this is like one I just like.
Oh.
It piqued my interest. I only read it once, and I'm like, what the fuck am I reading? Like Junji Ito is like, what the fuck am I reading? But I can't stop reading. This one was like, what the fuck am I reading? Why the fuck did I buy this? Thing is effed up. So not the most. It was the most messed up fucking anime manga I've ever read until I read fucking Dokomoshi, and I'm not diving into that shit. Seriously, do not fucking read Dokomoshi. And I know you're just like, I'm gonna look it up right now. You're gonna fucking regret it. I read fucking 4 chapters of it, and I fucking regretted it. I felt like I was so miserable. Like it was like depression. I had to read something. That's why I'm reading Say Young Men about Jesus and Buddha being tourists in Japan. It's so good. It's so funny.
You
Anyway.
regret a lot of things, Jimmy. Ooh.
Yes. I regret fucking having to deal with teabagging Claudettes at every fucking pallet, and then they message me saying that I'm a piece of that I'm garbage and that I should delete the game.
Oh my
The next day
god.
when they've yes, this is actually a thing.
That's as bad as
Go
D2 PvP sweats. Like, you're just trying to play trials and they teabag you and shit, and they're like, delete your game, you suck. Like, no.
Yeah, this was Nurok backed this up because he was there, and I was just like, what the fuck? It was a Claudette that every time I went to a pallet and she drop it, she teabag at it.
Wow.
I'm like, why? Didn't do anything, and then like literally killed her, and I guess the other Lori was her buddy, and she wasted all the good pallets and didn't get any fucking gens done. It was funny. And then 2 days later, they messaged me saying like, "You suck." And I'm
Two
like, "Wow, it took you 2
days
days."
later.
It took you 2 days. And here's the thing: I don't have notifications up on my Xbox for a reason unless they message me back. I message them, they message me back. No, and I'm thinking, okay, they messaged me like maybe the day it happened. No, it said message now. So it was 2 days
Wow.
later, and I had totally forgotten all about it, and I gotten over it and moved on. And I said, it took you 2 days to say that? Wow, you're amazing. Just like you wasted all those fucking god pallets.
Jesus.
Maybe next time don't teabag. I guess the killer knows what he's doing. Anyway, that's 3 rabbit holes we've gone down.
Right.
We need to still make a rabbit hole counter.
No.
Okay. Yes.
So I'm be constantly updating that.
It'd be funny though. Okay, so what really piqued my interest is a little backstory. I do a lot of Amazon window shopping. I'll look on Amazon and just window shop. Sometimes I'll add it to a list. There are stuff on lists for books and movies that have been on the list for years, and I haven't bought them. Because I tell myself I'll buy it at a later date, and I never do. But Christmas time last year was coming around, and my family said, "What do you want for Christmas?" So I went. My aunt said, "What do you want for Christmas?" I said, and I found this book. I said, "Can you order this?" And she said, "We'll see." And I did get it. It is called Toshidan. It is Toshidan, Volume 1, Exploring Japanese Urban Legends. This is, I think, a 3-book series. It's just different urban legends.
Mm-hmm.
But it sounded interesting. And it was a pretty interesting page turner because not only does it tell you the urban legend, it tells you the author's thoughts about it, where the origins of the myth came, and whether or not the author believes anything about it, and the potentials and everything. And it's not only just like supernatural. There's, if I can get to the spine. There's supernatural, society ones, medical, entertainment, jokes, and crime ones. But I'm sticking to the supernatural ones. I will be trying to get my hands on more of these because this one was really good. So we're not sponsored, but if you're interested in reading about your Japanese urban legends, go check it out. Toshiden, Toashiden, Toshiden. Highly recommend. 1 second.
You there?
Yeah, no, somebody was asking me a question.
Oh.
So something. Yeah, I have my mother's fiance's some of his family's here, and they don't know how to use the TV because we switched to Spectrum, so we have Google Chromecasts, not
Mm-hmm.
cable boxes. So she said, "How do I work?" And I said, "You got to use your phone." She's like, "Why can't you use yours?" Like, "Because I'm not using my phone. I'm using my phone right now, so no." They can watch YouTube on there. There's YouTube and Netflix. So there you go. Anyway, where was I? Oh, Toshidan. Um, it's very interesting. I didn't think it. It was only like I think it was like $8. It's not that expensive. This is like something you probably would see like at an airport, maybe at an airport like book rack
Oh, really?
or like something that it's not like something that's gonna be like New York Times bestseller. This is something that somebody wrote. Just probably like they were exploring. Maybe they went to Japan and they just learned about it and stuff and did the research. But it's not like this isn't like James Patterson or fucking Stephen King. This is Tara A. Devlin. That's the author's name. So I went. I already read this back in January. I finished it back in January. So when we were about to start this episode, I went back today. Not today. Last night. I skimmed through it last night and picked out three ones that I put sticky notes on that sounded interesting and stuff. And then I went through it again and I changed one of them because one of them was not as terrifying, but it was like the other one I found was much better.
Mm-hmm.
And keep in mind, these are the supernatural ones. These aren't the other topics that I said about these. This is the only from the supernatural from page 1 to 140. This book's about 200 and about over 230 pages long.
It's not bad.
Oh, sorry, 200 over 250, like a little over. But yeah, it's good. It's a good page turner. So, I talked to Velas today, and I said, "Be back again."
But oh, he had the BRB. All I heard was like, yeah, and I'm like, what?
I said, "I'll be back again," because people just keep knocking on the door. Then I told them I'm going to make a fucking sign that says I'm live streaming. Fuck off,
Hmm.
because I'm getting sick and tired of. That was me banging on my broken table. And my dog looked at me like I'm a fucking crazy person. Yes, Coco, I'm fucking crazy. Your master is crazy. she just looked at me and then just like went back to sleep. It's like, yeah, I know.
Things
fucker.
my dog would do.
Oh god.
She's
Okay.
asleep on the floor.
Anyway,
Aren't you? Nope. She's just ignoring me. Okay.
yeah, she's tired. I tired her out earlier. Okay, so me and Vlas, the format I came up with, I asked Vlas any input. He said it was fine. Was that we pick two or three, we read it, and then me and him just discuss each of them. So
Oh, I actually have to find them then. Hold on. I found like
right.
synopses of the three I want to read out or talk about. I didn't find the actual tales because they are kind of long. So
Right, I picked a couple short ones. These ones are like short, brief descriptions of them. So
oh yeah,
the first one is
what I have
the
should
first one's
work.
very
Then.
short that I have.
What I have should work.
And also, apologies in advance if I say these titles of these stories wrong. I'm terrible with names. Also, I don't read or speak Japanese, so sorry in advance to anybody watching and says, "You said it wrong." I'm sorry. Okay. Without that note, let's dim the lights. and play Phil Collins. No, I'm just kidding.
Play Phil Collins. God damn it.
I can feel it coming. No, so let's dim the lights. If you're too scared, then put on the fucking Teletubby nightlight you still have. I know you have it. Don't lie to yourself and don't lie to me. I know you have it because you're scared. Anyway, this is the first one. This is a short one. Is Koshi Sak Ona. Again, sorry if I'm mispronouncing these. So the story is an elementary school student was on the way home from school when a strange woman came walking towards him on the other side. Despite the fact it was summer, the woman was wearing a long red coat and her mouth was covered with a large surgical mask. Wow, this woman was ready for 2020. Then, as she passed the student, she asked him something. Am I pretty? Although she was wearing a mask, the woman appeared to be quite young and beautiful, so the student answered, Yes, you are. The woman then removed her mask. How about now? She screamed. The mask was hiding the woman's mouth, slit from ear to ear. She removed a sickle from beneath her coat and attacked the elementary school student.
What the
The
fuck?
boy, terrified, turned to run, but the woman was too fast, catching him with incredible speed. Then she stuck the sickle in his mouth and ripped it from ear to ear. The end.
Wow.
I told you some of these are fucked up.
What the
That
fuck,
one was like
man?
that's the funny thing. That's the first story out of
It's
the book.
the
This was the
first
one I just picked.
story.
It's the first fucking one, and I was like, the fuck? I read the about part, which there is an about part. This woman is called Kushisak Ona, or the slit mouth woman. Kushin means mouth, sake means to tear or rip something, and Ona means woman. It's a pretty straightforward name. This is literally what it says in the book. Kushigana is classified as a Tormura, meaning a random attacker or slasher. In the present day, there are several explanations to how Kushigan came about. The general story is that she underwent plastic surgery, which failed badly and left her with her mouth torn wide open. In order to unleash her unbearable buildup of rage, she attacks elementary school children on their way home from school, one after the other. Why did she go and undergo this surgery, though? One story says that Kushikan-sen was the youngest of three sisters. Both her older sisters underwent plastic surgery to great success, but only hers was a failure and left her with her mouth torn open. The surgeon that performed the operation was wearing quite a bit of pomade, hair wax, in his hair, which is how she especially came to hate that more than that, but more on that later, which it does explain why. So yes, that was Kushikan-sen. So what you think of it?
It's like Japanese Joker.
Pretty much, yeah. Yeah, I guess Heath Ledger, pretty much Heath Ledger Joker. You know, I got these scars.
Mm-hmm. That was the first thing I thought of.
Right. When I first read it, I was just like, the fuck? I was like, I've read like the Haunted Schools, which was like meant for kids, like from Scholastic.
Yeah.
Like these are books you would get like at the fucking book fairs. Remember those?
Yeah.
Yeah, I would get those, and they're like harmless. I read that, and I'm like, what the fuck
Right.
did I just read? But learning more, yeah. So the book does have, it tells you the story, the about, and then appearance, which the appearance of the woman. So she's a young woman in her early 20s, around 155 centimeters tall, which I think that's about 5'4" or 5'5", maybe. Because I know 195 is 5'10", I believe, or I don't know. I don't know. Although in some stories she's said to be over 2 meters tall.
Yeah. It's a little
And even
over
though she
6
has a
feet.
mask, yeah, and even though she has a mask on, she appears to be quite beautiful, she has slanted eyes and a cat-like voice.
cat-like
I don't know.
voice.
Maybe more like it's like a purr. You know, like how like somebody's like,
Oh,
you
yeah.
know, like how you read a book, it's like they purred.
Yeah.
So I just always imagine it's like a soothing, like come here, like this a seduction.
Please
Maybe,
don't
I
do
don't know.
that ever again.
I will not because I just gotta I just gotta chill at my fucking spine.
Please don't
God,
do that.
no, I just gotta chill at my
Oh my
spine. I'm
god.
just like, oh my god, I'm fucking creeping myself out. Amber's like, Jimmy, stop being a fucking creep and
Yeah,
weeb.
right.
Never about the weeb part. She's most commonly known for wearing a red coat. This red coat is a dual purpose, so it doesn't stand out when she's splattered with the blood. She's fucking Deadpool.
Yeah, right.
No, because it literally says this red coat is a dual purpose, so it doesn't stand out when she's splattered with the blood of her victims, and so she can easily hide the sickle she attacks people with underneath. I'm wondering, when I first read it, I was imagining like scythe, you know, like the Grim Reaper scythe, but then I'm like, no, it's like a hand sickle,
Yeah.
a hand one, like they used like back in the day, like. You know, it's not like a gigantic. She can't hold like a fucking gigantic like Grim Reaper one.
Yeah. You there?
So I said also she's
Oh,
able to incredibly fast. She can cover 100 meters in just 3 seconds. It
jeez.
says method of attack, where to find her. The names places, how to deal with her. Here's the how to deal with her. This one was interesting. Supposing you ever run into Kushikon-san in some dark alley, there are surprisingly numerous ways you can escape her grasp. First of all, is said that she doesn't like pomade, a type of greasy hair wax. If you yell pomade, pomade, pomade 3 times a session, she will falter, and this will give you a chance to need to escape. What is she fucking swiper now?
Oh my
Swiping,
god.
So if you're like pomade, 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 she's like, oh man, and she just fucking scurries. Fucking
Fucking hell.
swiper. That one, I was dying laughing. I'm like, are you serious? This fucking woman sounded like a fucking crazy, like something like you've seen like DBD as like a new killer.
Right.
That'd be fucking terrifying if like
Right.
they have a killer that could run like 100 meters in 3 seconds. Everybody be calling it hacks, and like her fucking Mori's are ripping. God,
that would be
up.
brutal.
I would fucking cry. But you just gotta say pomade, pomade, pomade. She'll run away.
New survivor ability, pomade.
Say pomade 3 times into your mic. It should run away.
Yeah, right.
Like the controller will unintentionally have to run away. It's like the fuck no. Because of the plastic surgeon wearing the pomade, so he fucked the surgeon. I don't know. Cushion. Okay, here's the other one. Cushion is also said to have a fondness of Becky Ama, a type of hard candy. She would become engrossed at the sight of it, giving children the chance to escape. She would often carry Bakikama around when Kushikama mania was at its highest, so this considered useful way to escape her clutches. Other candies included Kuroma, black candy, and Chompa Chomps.
Chompa Chomps.
Okay, this one actually kind of makes a little sense. This last one. The third way, the most common known one today, is simply answer a question of, am I pretty with, so-so. She can't just like, well, he didn't say it was pretty. Fuck. And there's a little bit of origins. Oh, this was spread around 1979.
Oh, really? It's that recent?
From 1979, yes. The rumors about it. And on July 21st, 1979, a 25-year-old woman living in I can't fucking pronounce it, starts with an H, city, dressed up as Kushikamanon for a joke. She ran around holding a knife before eventually being arrested under the sword and firearms control law.
Nice.
Thankfully, no school children were harmed during this brief reign. It was a joke. She got arrested because Japan does not fuck around with weapons.
Nope.
But yes. So that is my first one for the night. If you want to go ahead and read yours, I'll look for my second one.
So No, the first Japanese folk tale I ever heard about was Momotaro, and like I think a lot of people know about this one, but this was the first one that I uh, heard about. Uh, it's originates from around the 13. It says the Muramachi period from around 1330 to 1570. Um, said to have gone through several revisions, but most people are familiar with this one. An old woman comes across a giant peach floating down the river and brings it home to her husband. Uh, the husband and the wife can't have kids, and she's always wanted a son. But they cut open the peach to eat it, and they find a baby in it, and they name him Momotaro. Because Momo means peach, and Taro is a suffix given to the eldest son because they'd never had kids. And then one day, Momotaro's family land is destroyed by a gang of demons. So he sets off toward Demon Island to take revenge on them, and he picks up a series of companions along the way, and the story is about the journey of him and his friends and the enemies and friends he makes and all that fun stuff.
Why do I get the feeling this is like a Japanese version of James and the Giant Peach?
I mean, it kind of is, except the peach doesn't fly.
And it doesn't have a baby in it.
Yeah.
It's like Space Fetus.
It's an interesting tale, though, if you actually get a chance to either hear it or read it.
I wonder if it's actually, I don't remember if it's actually in this book, because again, I haven't read it since January.
Yeah.
Till like now. But like, I wonder if it is. Maybe it's in the other volumes, because again, there's like 2 other volumes of the when I got the Toshidan.
Yeah, this was the first one that I actually heard this on a podcast. Myths and Legends, I think it was. It was either
I got one.
It was either Myths and Legends or Tales, one of the two.
I had one. I haven't listened to it yet.
I need to listen to Tales again, because that's actually a good mythology podcast.
I have this one, which is Koya Bana. Choose Japanese scary stories, but they have some folklore in it. I haven't started to listen to it yet, because I'm listening to Less is More right now, which is funny. That a ghost and a ghoul make a podcast. It's funny. Anyway, so what are your thoughts about the Peach Fetus?
Peach Fetus.
It's that, we had Space Fetus.
Oh my god!
And now we got Peach Fetus. That would be I'm surprised fucking like Junji Ito hasn't made like a fucking manga story about that.
Oh my god!
Like that's because I can now, because I don't know, when you just described it, I was like just imagining like Junji Ito's artwork, and I'm like, he would fucking make this really fucked up.
He would.
Just like, fuck. Yeah, he made a fucking story in Uzumaki about a girl's hair curling so much that it comes alive, and it's like a fucking it's like a Medusa. People get instead of turning to stone, they fucking get they're drawn to it. They can't stop looking at it, but it's actually slowly draining and killing the person who has the hair, to the point that one of them turns to a fucking husk, but the hair keeps growing.
Wow.
Yeah. Junji Ito's that fucked up, but he's good.
But yeah, I like the tale, like the actual tale. I don't have it right now, but the tale itself is good.
It sounds very interesting.
He gets like animal companions to help him. So
this really is like an early 90s anime, like Inuyasha.
Yeah, pretty much.
That's what it sounds like. I can take it. That's Yu Yu Hakusho. Sorry. Come on now, come on now. You know, I've been watching Bo. I have. I've like my
Oh
brain has
my
turned to mush
god.
from Boba Ball. I should send a picture of that to Dan. Like, Dan, look what I got. You want to watch it? See what it's like.
Did
Fuck
you
no.
really?
No, I want to. I actually want him to come over for like we do game nights again. It's like,
Mm.
Dan, check out this anime. Check out this cool anime I've been watching. It just showed you like, get that fucking thing out of my face, because he despises it so much. Anyway, I can actually see. I'm wondering if somebody actually like made that urban legend into like a manga or used parts of it, like the baby and the peach,
Mm-hmm.
because it sounds like something that could be into like an early like '90s, like back when like Toonami first hit in the States. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like
I
that
could
old,
I
not
could
like
see that.
recent like JoJo or Demon Slayer. I'm talking like all the way back like in the '90s, like Yu Yu Hakusho and Cowboy Bebop and all those.
Mm-hmm.
That type of art style. Okay, I found the other one. This is another urban legend about about elementary school children. I don't know
Oh my
why this one
god.
just. I don't know why I didn't. I just like. It's not the same as the other one, but I mean it involves. I guess that's like. My guess is that some of these were made like urban legends were made for like elementary school kids to make sure they don't do anything except go to school and go right home,
Right.
or don't even leave home and just stay in your room and never come out. Because like what the fuck. Okay, this one is called Hiki Coco-san. A young
Okay.
elementary school student was walking home one rainy day when he saw a woman crossing his path dragging something. He concentrated his attention on her and saw she was rather tall, had long hair, was wearing tattered white clothes, and was dragging a doll behind her. Yet, as the boy looked closer, he realized that what he thought was a doll was another child around the same age as him. He let out a scream and the woman stopped, turning to look at him. The boy ran away as fast as he could. After school the next day, the boy told his friends what happened as it continued to rain. His friends laughed when the boy pointed to the schoolyard and said, "It was her!" As everyone looked outside, they saw the woman standing there and they ran out of the room. They tried to escape the school, but stopped as they reached the shoe racks. The woman was already standing there inside the school. She was tall, had long hair, and was wearing tattered white clothes. She was considerably taller than the shoe racks. If anyone doesn't know, in Japanese schools, they have shoe racks, so you take off your kind of like when you go to gym class, when you have like your gym shoes and you
I
have your
have tattered
normal
white
shoes.
clothes. God damn it, Amber.
That's what it says.
It's me,
I'm thinking like,
Kappa.
so, so yeah, so the shoe racks. So that's what they're meaning by shoe racks. It's like Japanese kids, they have like shoes they walk home and they have shoes for when they go to school.
Mm.
In most Japanese schools, from elementary to high school. Uh, the children panicked, running back the way they came, hiding wherever they could find, in the cleaning closet, in the toilet, in the toilet, and under the desk. I just imagine like a kid like sitting on top of the toilet, another one just like sitting there like going to the bathroom,
Oh,
reading
wow.
like a fucking Shonen Jump or some shit. It's like abnormally fast footsteps approached. Then faded into the distance. The children sat frozen, their hands covering their mouths so as not to make a sound. A short while later, one of the children sensed she was gone and set out to find the others. Looking over those he found, he realized the
God
boy
damn
who
it,
first saw the
Amber.
woman. What?
Oh, never mind. It's not me. I can't run fast. God damn it.
Look at all of those he found. He realized the boy who first saw the strange lady was gone. Then another child spoke up. I saw her. That woman ran off with him, dragging him with incredible speed. It's really the legend of Amber May.
The Legend of Amber May. God damn it.
Okay, about the earliest recorded appearance of Hikikaru-san on the internet is from July 2001.
That
Her full
recent,
name is.
okay.
That's not really that recent. That was like almost
For
20
a
years ago.
for a folk tale, that's recent.
I think these are more like. Some of these might be more modern.
Oh.
Her full name is Mori Hikikaro. I probably pronounced these last names wrong again. Apologies. The kaijin used in her first name represents a queen, princess, and child. There's a hidden pun in her name that English speakers are unlikely to pick up right away. But by reading her name in the traditional Western way, the Western way, you end up with Hikikomori or Hikikomori in a term in Japanese for a social shut-in who refuses to leave their room. That's interesting.
Gotta find a way to strike fear into these dang kids. What's up, Chaka? Okay,
She's a ghost at a.
I found Momotaro.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
She's a ghost that attacks children and often described as rather tall with long black hair and in life was considered a well-behaved, cute young woman. So how did she end up an urban legend? According to some, Hiko-san was well-loved and often praised by her teachers at school. She was studious, listened well in class, and excelled on her tests. This led to jealousy, and as a result, the other students started to bully her. They didn't like how self-important her name seemed either. One day, another student tied up her hands and dragged her around the school, chanting, "Beloved Hikaru, I'm gonna drag you around." True to the student's word, Hikaru was roughly dragged around the school. Her body became battered, bruised, and her face sustained horrific injuries. After this, she started to avoid school, locking herself in her room. She also suffered abuse at home as both her parents beat and dragged her. The fuck?
What the fuck?
So she got dragged in school, and her parents did the same thing. Like, oh, yeah, we're gonna take that. Like,
wow.
method of attack. She is said to only appear on rainy days because children have their umbrellas up to keep the rain out. It makes them less likely to see her disfigured face, which puts her at ease. But those children that do not see her on rainy days become her next targets, and she will drag them around like she was in life. The legend states that the boy initially thinks she is dragging around a doll, but soon realizes another child. She will continue to drag the body of her victim until she finds a new one, leaving them in a considerably disfigured state, and thus easily to mistake for a doll.
What are we even talking about? Is this a folklore story? Mine are. I don't know what Rockstar's reading over there.
This is a folklore. I have a book. I have a physical book in my hand. There are a few. I mean, what was the first one? The first one we read about the girl. You just gotta say pomade, 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 and she runs off like Swiper. There are a few ways to escape her grasp, although not all of them are easy. First of all, she won't attack anyone who has the same name as her. Nor will she attack children who are being bullied. Just because because had been there herself, it doesn't wish to inflict the same pain on others who really understand her suffering. But if your name isn't Hikaru and you haven't been bullied, what should you do? She experienced a lot of trauma when she was dragging around the school of bullies. By yelling, "I'm gonna drag you," you can make the trauma fresh in her mind and use it as a chance. So you just fuck it. You just fuck up her. Wow. Okay.
Wow.
Wow.
School kids didn't get the message though. Parents had to try and finish her off. What the fuck?
Yes. If anybody, Shock, if you're interested, the book is called Toshidan. Toshidn. It's on. You get it off Amazon for like $8. I read it back. I got it for Christmas. I read it back in January. I really want to do a podcast episode on it. I don't remember these stories being that fucked up. It just skimmed through it because I don't know. I don't remember being this fucked up. But yeah, if you're interested, I think it's a 3-book series, so I'm gonna try and get the rest of them because it was a page turner. It's not a great one, but it's a pretty decent book into like scary stories. But anyway, I'm gonna look for one that's not about.
Yeah, look for one that's not about elementary school kids getting beaten. God damn, son.
again, I was half asleep when I picked these two, and then I've had a long day at work today, and I'm gonna have a long day at work tomorrow. But unless it really pours, then I won't. If it downpours tomorrow, then I won't. I'll tell you after the live stream class.
Hmm.
Because I can't say it on here because HIPAA.
It's a certain
But you go
chord, that's for sure, but it's very intriguing stories. Yeah, they're definitely something.
Definitely something. Like a woman that comes up to you with a red dress and a surgical mask across her mouth saying, "Am I pretty?" And you say yes, she's gonna fucking slit you from ear to ear like fucking Heath Ledger Joker.
Right.
But if you say pomade, 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 she runs away. Because she doesn't like pomade. Or if she asks you if I'm pretty, you say, "Yeah, you're so-so. You're a butterface."
You're a butterface.
Yeah. She's got a rocking body, but her face.
It gets you thinking, even if it is just what the fuck. I mean, you're not wrong. Wait, someone made an anime out of this? What is it? When is it from? Oh, it's a movie. Aired in 2007. Wow, it looks older than that. Okay.
Oh my god. Okay, I found one that I wanted to read. It's not like the official one. I just kind of saw it. And I'm like, this is actually funny. This is more like this is a funny one, but I'll let you go. I'm gonna mark it. It's a short one, but I will. You go ahead and do yours next, and then I will. That's just gonna be like a bonus, and then I'll do the actual final one.
Mm-hmm.
Because that that I was just like I was kind of like as I was listening and I like skimmed through and I'm like, oh god, I can't not read this one and share it.
Mm. So
But go ahead.
the next one I have is Inch High Samurai. It's basically a Japanese equivalent of Tom Thumb.
I think it's more like the Indian in the cupboard. Does anyone remember that movie or no? Or not the other one? The Indian in the cupboard.
I know the title, but I don't ever think I saw it.
It's about the kid who gets a cupboard and he has like a little toy Indian, but he puts it in there with the key. It's a little tiny. It becomes alive. It's like a little tiny person.
Like I said, I've heard the title, never seen the movie.
Well, that's another one to the list. I'm just kidding.
But
I'm gonna go ahead.
But yeah, this one's a story about a kid. Well, duh, it's a kid. He was born after an old childless couple prayed to the gods for a child. So again, another couple with no kids. But he was born only one soon, which is a Japanese measurement equaling about 3 centimeters in height. So they named him Isunboshi, literally one son boy, one soon boy.
What's it?
And then he gets the idea that he wants to be a samurai. So they let him go out and make the journey to become a samurai. And a lot of people are just making fun of him for it. He embarks on his journey to become a warrior, where he borrows his family's rice bowl to use as a boat to go down the river, a chopstick as a paddle, and a sewing needle to use as a sword.
Why does this sound like Fievel? Like American Fievel. Fievel! Papa! Fievel! Sounds like to me. It's actually go ahead. It's like something like obviously like a Pixar or Disney movie about this.
Is this Unravel? No.
I mean, go ahead.
Sort of.
I'm fascinated. Keep going.
So he makes it down the river, and he makes it to the finest. He strides up to the finest, largest house he could see. He pounded on the door as hard as he could, and he shouts, "Hello, I'm looking for work." The guard at the door looks around with a puzzled frown, but sees nothing until Isunboshi yells, "Down here!" The guard picks him up. "Well, if someone as brave as you can work for me, young man, you may join the guard of my master's daughter." So,
I'm
so
okay.
uh, go
I'm
ahead.
sorry to interrupt again. Um, I love how like I pick all the fucked up horror ones, and you're picking like the children's bedtime like fairy tales.
But they're adorable, and there's also another reason
No,
why
I
there's
know I
also
like
another
this.
reason
I
why I
like
picked
this
this
one.
one. There's another reason
Just
why I
because
picked
I'm
this one.
Mr. Doom and Gloom like horror movies. I love lighthearted stuff and fun stuff. Just keep going.
So, um, this suited Isenboshi very well. He joined the household guard. One day he went with the lord's daughter to the temple. As they walked the path, two goblins leaped out. They were about to kidnap the young lady when Usunboshi leaped upon the first one with a cry of anger. "You will not take her!" stabbing the goblin on the shin with his needle sword.
The goblin proceeded to say, "Motherfucker!"
No, what's this? The goblin picked him up by his coat, thinking that Isunboshi looked just the right size for his snack, swallowed him whole. But he kept
Hey.
stabbing and jabbing at the goblin from the inside. Within moments, the goblin was howling with pain, and he choked up Isunboshi and spit him out on the ground. Then he attacked the second goblin,
What?
scrambling up his legs and onto his head, where he poked the goblin in the eye. They both
Jen,
ran
make this guy
away,
an
screaming
NPC of
in
the
pain.
campaign.
Make this guy an NPC.
Make this guy an NPC.
Oh my
You can have a
god.
tiny little samurai be in your journeys. That'd be fucking awesome.
They ran away, screaming with pain. The young lady and Isunboshi stood laughing on the path, and she noticed something gleaming behind a rock. "Look, a magic hammer!" she
I'm
exclaimed,
sorry. When did
bending
Thor
over
get
to
into
pick
this?
it up. "One of the goblins must have dropped it. It will grant you any wish you ask." He looks at the hammer, then he looked at the beautiful young lady, and he said, I would like to be bigger." So she waved the hammer and chanted, "Grow, Ishinboshi, grow." But before her eyes, he grew into a tall and, of course, handsome young man, as fine as any samurai. And they were married, as you can imagine, and Ishinboshi remained just as brave as he had when he was 1 inch high. Okay, now the second reason I picked this. One of those podcasts I mentioned earlier, I think it was Myths and Legends, made like he either found or he created like a second part to this tale where it goes on the journeys of a grown up 1 inch samurai, and it's actually like they're having marital troubles and shit.
Oh my god! I was just
It's
saying, like,
great.
until the fucking divorce court lawyers get in,
It's
and he's
great.
like,
Honestly, it's really good.
that one, like, I can see that, like, being like, again, like I said, I made the joke, like, you're telling the bedtime story, like the fairy tale, like, anybody can use. So you see, son, you don't have to be tall to be adventurous, but you have to be 1 inch tall to be a fucking bad.
Yeah, right.
And why I'm reading the fucked up stories about children getting dragged by
Right.
a giant woman in a fucking choker. All right, that one was actually really good.
Yeah, that one
I could see that in
I
like a
actually
manga.
found the tale for. Someone made a movie of it, like an
They
animated
did.
movie of it. That's what I was saying earlier. It's like from 2007.
Oh
I
well,
didn't even know about it, but yeah,
I don't know either. Maybe it's like only a Japanese one.
probably.
Maybe that, because like not everything
Oh
from
no,
Japan
definitely
makes it
not.
to the makes it to the state. There was a lot of like Godzilla movies that weren't even in the states for a long ass time, but now because of the comfort of DVD and streaming and Blu-ray and streaming services, now you can watch all that type of shit.
Mm-hmm.
Like I have the Godzilla box set. I haven't watched them all, but like there's like ones for that were shown in the states, and there's ones only shown in fucking Japan,
Yeah,
and they never made it to the states. You would have to like fucking tape trade.
yeah.
But it was what a tape is. A tape was something you would have to go and put in something called a VHS, and then when you were done, you would have
A
to rewind
VCR.
it. A VCR, and you would have to rewind it instead of it just when you took it out, it was already rewound for you. And God forbid you kept pushing a button and you ruined that tape and all that tape spit out of the VCR because you were fucked.
Betamax.
and then you go to this magical place called Blockbuster.
I want Laserdisc back.
Yeah, because Laserdisc was an amazing thing. Fuck DVD and Blu-ray. Am I right? It was a giant fucking frisbee.
Why not?
I've actually held a Laserdisc before. They're fucking like, they're not heavy, but my god, does it weigh something?
Hmm.
It's like I felt like it's like 5 pounds. Which you're thinking that's not heavy, but if you like, it looks like it's pretty much a giant CD. So you're thinking it's gonna weigh the same as much as like a game disc or a DVD or a Blu-ray or a CD. But like this thing, like you're not expecting the weight when you first pick it up. You're like, Jesus. But yeah. Anyway. Okay. Time for the bonus one.
Oh,
This is a
no.
bonus one that I just saw. It's very short and it's funny because I'm going to also read the about. Okay. The story is called Cow's Head. There exists a tale so terrifying that all who hear it will be unable to stop trembling and will die within 3 days. The creator of the story, regretting that his work caused so many deaths, became a priest and held a memorial service for all those who had passed on. He never again told the story to another person before he died. Everyone who knew the story has passed on, and all that remains are the tales of the fear inspired, and its title, Cow's Head.
What the fuck?
About. Ready for this?
Oh,
This one
God.
made me laugh. This is one of those urban legends about a ghost story that no longer exists. While you can find many stories on the internet that claim to be the real thing, they're all fakes. The actual story doesn't exist. The point of the legend is that's the point of the legend and why it's so terrifying. The other part that remains of this so-called story is the title Gonzu, or Cow's Head. This leaves the content of the story up to the imagination of the reader, and the mere thought that a tale could be so scary as to kill you upon hearing it has made for one of the most effective and enduring urban legends in Japan today. So it's a story that doesn't exist. It just messes with your mind.
Nice.
Which I thought that was funny.
The Ring, yeah, right.
7 days.
Nice. Okay.
You got another one?
My third is kind of a folk tale, but kind of also like a religious thing because Japan has so many gods. It's about Izanagi and Izanami. So they're part of the 7th generation of gods. What?
Another one that just caught. I'm not rating it. I'm not gonna rate it, but like, what the fuck? I'm not gonna rate it because it's again about school children.
Oh my lord!
But this one's like, what the fuck? I'll tell you after the stream.
So, but Izanagi and Izanami are part of the 7th generation of gods, and they created the island of Japan. The two siblings, this is the important part, siblings, decide to have children together. And they give birth to dozens of deities. The incestuous relationship ends when Izanami gives birth to Kagutsuchi, a god of fire who burns her genitals, quote, on his way out. Izanami dies from her wounds, and her brother and husband kills their newborn son in his rage. He then goes to the underworld to retrieve his sister wife.
What? What the fuck? I love how you did a story about a one-inch samurai that got like a fucking Walt Disney happy ending, and now you go like, oh
hey,
yeah,
my first two were like that.
His sister wife.
My first two were like that. Momotaro is also like that. Like Momotaro goes on his journey, gets his companions, slaughters an island of ogres, and then it's like, hey, everyone gets treasure now. The end. So, yeah, this one is the yeah, Japanese gods are weird.
They're very weird.
It also plays out like a Greek tragedy. Um, kind of reminiscent of Orpheus and Eurydice. But it sounds like the Bible, all those holy rollers praise. Yeah, right. Good Lord, man. But yeah, this is kind of the reason I shared this one is it's kind of like a Greek tragedy in a way, and I'm also into Greek tragedy, so there's that. Yeah, it's a fun one. My other little bonus is yokai.com. It's basically an encyclopedia of every Japanese uh creature, monster, spirit, ghost. That's like everything in one kind of a thing. Here, I'll put it in chat if you're interested in. That's the whole link, by the way. But you can click random yokai and it will give you a random one. Like the one that just popped up for me is ayaya. Like legit.
The ayaya.
Like
Ayaya.
legit.
Ayaya.
Translation, a slang expression meaning no way. Habitat, dark streets, diet, as a human. Appearance. From the back, Ayaya looks like attractive young women wearing beautiful clothing. When someone calls out to them to get their attention, they turn around and reveal ugly, wrinkly faces like those of old men. Ayaya can be found anywhere. They prefer towns and roads at night where they are more likely to surprise lone travelers. They don't do anything harmful. Like many yokai, they just live just to shock people. That done, they wander off to find new victims. Yeah, you can just it's just like a repository of all of these spirits and creatures and monsters, and it's just cool. So that's my final thing. I don't know what Rockstar wants to do now, but go for it.
Well, I'm trying to find the other one. But the one I was reading, I don't want to really read it because it's again like what the fuck, Japan. That's
Japan's
just like
brutal.
Japan's like
Like
they know.
a lot of these folk tales come from like shogunate era, and they were still pretty damn brutal back then.
You know what? Fuck it. I'm gonna read it.
Oh God!
I'm just gonna read it.
Even before
That'll
I
be my
get
last
banned
one.
on Twitch.
No, won't be banned on Twitch. I picked ones that weren't banned on Twitch. So it's called Akamontiko. A young girl was using the toilets at school after dark.
Oh my
She went to grab some.
lord! Continue.
When she went to grab some paper but realized there was none, then she heard a voice from the other side of the door. Do you want red paper or do you want blue paper?
What
That's why I was like, wait, what? It's like, this is the
is
Matrix?
using toilets after dark wrong? No, it's the fact that three of the stories he shared now have to do with young kids.
Because most of them are. The only ones that aren't really are the medical ones, but the medical ones are really, like, not really, like, okay, those are, like, the ones of the medical ones are fucking worse. I'll tell you that much.
You didn't even let it finish the first line. That is why.
Yes. Do you want red paper or do you want blue paper? The girl answered red, and blood gushed out of her entire body, killing her.
What the fuck?
That's why I said, I was like, what the fuck?
What the fuck?
That's why I said that. When the other students heard about what happened, they stopped using the toilets after dark. But one day, unable to hold it any longer, one student nervously approached the toilets. Then she heard a voice from the other side of the door. Do you want red paper or do you want blue paper? Remembering what she had heard about answering red, the girl answered blue paper. The blood was drained from her entire body, leaving her a ghastly blue as she died. What the fuck, Japan?
Wow.
Like, what the fuck?
Wow.
No one's gonna be using the toilet at night.
Right?
If I hear somebody say, "Do you
Christ,
want red paper
man.
or blue paper?" Like, get the fuck away from me.
That's when you just kick the door open.
No, because what if it's like fucking the woman in the red with the slit mouth? Like, no, fuck that shit.
Fuck this shit, I'm out. What if you ask for purple?
Oh, oh god, it's a guy. Actually, I just looked at the about. I skimmed through it. It's a guy
That makes
that
it
asks
even
you the red and
worse.
blue.
That's
I mean,
even
yeah, it does
worse.
specify this. That is worse. Okay,
The purple
Akamontiko is one of the
people eater.
oldest and most
God damn it.
is one of the oldest and most popular urban legends to come out of Japan to date. Rumors of Akamontiko became so large at one point that even the police were urged into action. But who is he? He is a mysterious figure that haunts school toilets. He wears a red cape, which is how he gained the nickname Aka, which means red, and Monoto, which means cloak, and kidnaps and murders children. He stands at the side of the toilet door, and depending on the version, will ask you want red or blue paper, a red or blue cloak. There's no good answer. Choosing red results in bloody death, usually by stabbing, and choosing blue results in having the blood drained from your body, leaving you a blue husk.
Do you guys want to hear a fact I learned recently?
What?
Go for it.
All right, where's the how to escape? Oh, great.
Oh my god, Amber.
What'd she say?
When you die, they put butt plugs in your ass so the juices after embalming don't leak out.
The fuck?
I mean, it's plausible. It's probably
Oh
true,
my
but still.
god. All right, you want to know how to escape this guy?
Kick the door open and run.
No, in most cases, it's not possible to escape it.
Oh
You're
my
fucked.
god.
You're forced into choosing red and blue, and both choices result in death, but there are some versions where you can escape. This is most easily to be done by choosing yellow or other color that isn't red or blue, yet it also depends on where you live. In many cases, choosing other color will simply see you dragged into the underworld regardless.
What?
Another common choice is answer with neither. This will see nothing happen and is considered the best answer, but again, it depends on where you are. Sometimes Akamanto is very persistent and will hang around until you pick a color. So you're just fucked.
Yeah, right.
You're just fucked. That guy shows up. Oh my god. Well, you can't have a fucking gun because Japan's gun laws.
You can have a gun, but you've got to pass like 3 background checks. You've got to get tested, like as you hear, but you've got to get retested every year. You have to have it registered with the police. Like the police know exactly where in your house you keep it, and if they go to search for it and it's not there, you'll get in trouble. Like
that, they also you gotta keep an ammo count. You gotta make sure it's clean.
Yeah.
It can't be an automatic gun. You have to have a fucking gun license to have an airsoft rifle.
Mm-hmm.
It's that fucking strict.
Mm-hmm. Meanwhile, in America, I want a gun. Here you go.
I want a fucking AK-47. Do you want it in red or blue? Motherfucker. Make it red, white, and blue, bitch.
The blood drains out of his body.
Otherwise. But you're fucked with that guy.
Right.
Yeah, that have a fucking katana and just fucking stab it through the door.
I mean, even that is regulated.
Like, what if you like what if you like kick the door in and he just lets you go and he's following like, you want red or blue?
Like, I want a Happy Meal. Can I get the revolver toy? Oh my god. I'm surprised that hasn't happened.
Like, what the fuck?
I wouldn't be surprised if when World War III breaks out, the McDonald's and Burger King and all them are just giving out guns as toys and kids' meals.
I wouldn't be surprised. Why am I imagining this guy like fucking tuxedo mask from Sailor Moon, but he has like a pencil thin like mustache and little tiny goatee?
Oh my god.
But it looks like it looks like fucking Waluigi wearing a tuxedo and a
Wow.
mask. Red or blue? Wah! Wah!
Red or blue?
God.
God damn it.
Like, what the fuck? Where's a comedy? I'm looking for a comedy one now.
Good luck.
No, they have ones that are jokes in here. But let's see. Let me guess. Is it really like, oh no, now you're gonna fucking. If you laugh, you die in the. You laugh in the game, you die. You laugh, you die in real life. You die in the game, you die in real life. Are you fucking serious?
What?
This one here says the true story behind my neighbor Totoro.
Wait, really?
Yes.
What is that one?
It's a really long one. I guess I can read that one a second. Hold on. I can read it. It's not that long.
But I don't die, I respawn. Yeah, right. Says he who stands in radiation. For those who don't know, Chaka is addicted to nukes. While I'm thinking about it. And
Are you ready? Here's a funny one. The Japanese man with poor English skills.
oh no.
One day, a Japanese businessman was sent to America on business. He went to the ticket window to buy a ticket for the subway, but his English skills were weak and he didn't know what to say. In the end, he tried to tell the person where he wanted to go. To double O. The attendant mistook the two for two and gave him two tickets. Panicked, the man said for two, for ooh. This time, the attendant gave him 4 tickets. At a complete loss, the man willingly sighed it too. The attendant gave him 8 tickets.
Oh my god.
That one's actually like kind of cringy, but like that's a much better than the other one. All right.
There was another
Where's that
one
my neighbor?
Where
Where's that my neighbor Totoro? There's one also, the true meaning behind Spirited Away.
Yeah, a lot of Ghibli's tales are based on these folk tales.
Okay.
I think Ponyo is too.
Do you want me to do the Spirited Away or My Neighbor Totoro?
Whichever.
We'll do the true. I guess the true story behind My Neighbor Totoro, because that's a good movie. It's a really any of the Studio Ghibli movies are good. Or Ghibli. There are many hidden truths behind the popular Studio Ghibli movie My Neighbor Totoro. Have you heard of them before? Since Amber's here, that's a no. Because she's not a weeb. We will make her one. One of us. One of us. One of us.
Yeah, right.
The first states that My Neighbor Totoro is based on a real-life murder case. What?
Nice.
On May 1st, 1963, a high school girl, again with the high school, like the school kids, what the fuck? From Sayama City, Cemetery Perfection, was kidnapped. I'm not reading anymore. Nope. 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 Let's just say it starts with the very dangerous R word.
Yeah, no, let's not go there.
Yeah. Yeah, no, I'm not reading that. Nope, fuck that. Just we'll reread the funny one about the Japanese man.
Studio Ghibli makes light of some real dark situations. Yeah, right. Like, you wouldn't know it from watching their stuff, but if you actually dig around, you'll find out that, yeah, it's pretty fucked up.
Or how about this one? This is a comedy one. This is a funny one. The scariest story of all. 4 youths went on a trip to Malaysia during the summer vacation and stayed in a famous high-rise hotel Furthermore, the room was on the 100th floor with an amazing view, so the four youths were extremely pleased. That night, they dropped by the front desk on the way out to see the nightlife. Today, the elevator will be undergoing maintenance, so please make sure you're back before midnight. As that, you'll be unable to use the elevator until morning, the front desk clerk told them. Even so, the four youths soon forgot what he said and partied the night away, not returning to the hotel till 1 in the morning. Of course, all the elevators were out of order, so they were forced to use the stairs to reach the room on the 100th floor. They ascended the dark, silent stairs, and as they struggled their way to the 50th floor, one of the youths suggested, "Hey, why don't we tell a scary story for each floor we climb?" Everyone agreed, and they climbed the stairs to the sound of each other's scary tales. They got so wrapped up that they forgot about their tiredness, and before they knew it, they reached the 99th floor. Phew! Finally, the next floor is the last one. All right, the last story is mine. Listen closely. This one is so scary that I don't want you falling over and hurting yourself. The last youth to tell a story said this was such a serious phase. The other three drew in close, full of interest, and tried to hurry him along. Okay, just tell us already. Well, you see, I forgot to pick up the room key from the front desk on the first floor.
Oh my god. Wow.
And the elevator, so here's the thing. That one. They climbed the stairs, 99 fucking floors, and they're on almost the 100th floor, and then they gotta go, somebody's gotta go down 99 floor, 98 floors.
Mm-hmm. That's hilarious.
Hold on. That is funny. That one's a good one. Where was the about? This story first popped up around 2000. Although in the original version it was 5 university students visiting Singapore for a holiday over New Year's, they're told the electricity would be turned off in the hotel at midnight because of the Y2K bug. Remember that?
Mm-hmm.
Y2K. So they need to be back before then. They get back to the hotel too late. However, everything is dark. It's too cold to sleep in the hotel lobby, so they decide to walk all the way to their room on the 100th floor. And then proceeds the same. Although for some reason, perhaps a typo in the original story, the 5 students become 4. And ends up with the last person really he forgot to pick up the key. While the story may have worked around the time of the Y2K bug, there were still too many inconsistencies in the original version. Why was it too cold to sleep in the lobby? Why did one member of the group disappear without ever being mentioned again? Even for a problem such as the Y2K bug, it seems strange that a hotel would turn off all its electricity to deal with it. As such, the story was changed and became the version above that is more well known now. I'm saving that one for my boss, and I'm going to read that to her on Tuesday because she'll get a kick out of that. I'm going to bring that book to her.
I've been looking around
my new boss because she's a weeb.
I've been looking around this Fairy Tales website where I've been reading these from. And there's one. It's the Greek version of Cinderella. It's called Little Saddle Slut.
What?
I'm not even kidding. I'm not even kidding.
I'm sorry. What?
That's
yeah, I can
of
imagine
it.
some like 4-year-old Japanese girl saying, "Mommy, I want to read the story about the saddled slut." What the fuck?
It says Greek. It says Greek version of Cinderella.
Oh, it's a Greek one. Okay.
Yeah, no, this isn't the Japanese one. This is like all kinds of fairy tales, and I just saw that one on the side of the page. I'm like, what the fuck is this?
I mean, they just need to have that for every sign for like tourism. It's like Greek. What the fuck?
You're right.
Japan. You're gonna keep saying, "What the fuck, Japan?" Oh my god. That is fucking Christ. Yeah, I can imagine all the little Greek girls just saying, "I want that story read to me every night."
Hold on, let me read like the first little bit of this.
Go right ahead.
There were once 3 sisters spinning flax, and they said, "Whosever spindle falls, let us kill her and eat her."
Okay.
The
Okay.
mother's spindle fell, and they left her alone. Again they sat down to spin, and again the mother's spindle fell, and again, and yet again. Ah, well, they say, let us eat her now.
I'm sorry, I didn't realize this was the Greek version of the Texas Chainsaw Massacre. Please
Yeah, right.
continue.
No, said
Because
the
what the
youngest,
fuck?
do not eat her, eat me, if flesh you will have. But they would not, and two of them killed their mother and cooked her for eating.
This is definitely the Greek version of fucking Texas Chainsaw Massacre.
When they had sat down to make a meal of her, they said to the youngest, come and eat too. But she refused, and sat down on a saddle, which the foals were covering with filth, and wept, and upbraided them. Many a time they said to her, come and eat, but she would not. And when they had done eating, they all went away. And then the youngest, whom they called Little Saddle Slut, gathered all the bones together and buried them underneath the grate, and smoked them every day with incense for 40 days. And after 40 days were out, she sent to take them away and put them in another place. And when she lifted up the stone, she was astonished at the rays of light which it sent forth. And raiment was found there, and unto the heavens and the stars, the spring with its flowers, the sea with its waves, and many coins of every kind. And she left them where she found them.
And then she popped in another strip of LSD.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, that is what the fuck?
Yeah, it keeps going too.
Yeah, I think we're good.
I'm not reading any more of that.
I don't want to hear more about this girl's LSD trip and acid trip and every fucking drug like she's fucking Dr. Roxo.
No, Dr. Roxo did cocaine.
Who the fuck was it? What was the cartoon character? Oh, Roger. No, like I don't need this to be like the fucking Roger version.
Where he invented MDMA.
Yes. Just the fuck. So who wants to read that to their children when you have children? Just read the Little Saddle Slut every night to them and
Sounds
see if
more
you will
like
get
a
any
bath
fucking
salts
reports from the
trip eating
principal.
their mother's faces. I mean, you're not wrong.
That was it, like freaking bath salts. It's like what the fuck. I mean, I really can't say anything for all the three fucked up stories I read. But like, what the fuck?
Fairy tales are fucked up.
That's just gonna be like our tagline now. Just what the fuck.
Yeah,
We're
right.
that printed. We're gonna go to like bubble tea and like get that printed out as like Polycast. What the fuck?
Yeah, right.
What the fuck? This is gonna be our tagline. Polycast. We go down so many rabbit holes. What the fuck? Oh god. I think that's it.
I think we're done.
Before
we find more things to read and say what the fuck at, I think we're done.
Oh god, this was fun.
This was
actually was a
fun.
good one. So again, if you are interested in reading these story, the ones Velasi's already given you, but if you're interested in ones I've written, if you're fucking sadomasochist, I guess, like I am apparently. Again, the book is called Toshidan, Toshidn. It's by Tara A. Devlin. You can find it on Amazon. I believe there's 2 other books in this series. This is only from volume 1. It's about exploring Japanese urban legends. They have not only supernatural, crime, humor, and medical. It's separated into 5 different parts. It gives you the story about it and where the origin came and how to avoid the certain supernatural force that's in them. I got it for Christmas. It's a pretty interesting page turner, though I don't remember the stories being that fucked up. But if you're interested, maybe you want to check it out. I will be trying to get my hands on the other 2 volumes and reading them because, again, it was an interesting page turner. And if you liked this episode and you'd like to see us do some more tales,
please let us know.
Let us know in Discord. There's a Discord chat just for
There's
The
an
podcast, I
podcast
believe.
channel down there.
You can leave a suggestion, leave yes something you want to hear us talk about, either the Tales episode or even thing. And we'll, me and Velas will definitely take suggestions, because again, this podcast is
One
just
more time
us
on the
two.
spelling, because I think I spelt it wrong, and that was in all caps.
All right. Again, this podcast is just a way for, I guess, two guys who've known each other for 11 years, almost 11
time.
years, just talking shit and going down so many rabbit holes.
Mm-hmm. Chaka wants the spelling on that book again.
Toshidan. Toshiden. Toshidan. I found it on Amazon because that's where I go mostly for Christmas. I got it for my aunt for Christmas because I asked her for it because I knew she would get it because she's a horror fanatic just like me. Probably the reason why I'm into horror movies is her, pretty much. But yeah.
Yeah, I think
it's only. I think it's only available in like paperbacks or Kindle.
Oh. I put an I in it. There is a difference. Oh, really? Mm-hmm. There's a volume 4. Oh, geez.
Oh, so it's 4. Because last time I checked, it was only 3. So I guess they released another one. I don't know much about the author. I'm going to do some research on her because I'm kind of interested if she actually lived in Japan, or she's from Japan, if she's an American that moved to Japan, or she was a student, maybe. I don't fucking know.
Who knows?
But yeah. So. And again, she didn't make up these ones. She probably did research. I don't know. I'll do my own little research because I'm curious. But yeah. If I get the other ones, maybe we'll do part 2. Or maybe I'll just read them over on my live stream. When we're waiting on a DVD match, I'll just read Japanese urban folklore. That'd be an interesting one.
What?
Speaking of which...
What?
I will be live tomorrow with Miss Amber May. We're going to be playing some Call of Duty Cold War Zombies Outbreak mode. And we're going to see how long we can last. And Amber, you're going to hate me. I'm on the sniper rifles. But guess what I'll be using?
Let me guess. Sniper rifles.
No, what the fuck are you talking about? I'm using an assault rifle. No, I don't know.
A shotgun.
Yeah, I gotta use snipers.
No, Chaga. He's gonna use a Tesla rifle.
Yeah, totally. There's totally Tesla rifles, and now there's the Ray K-84. It's like taking a ray gun and an AK-47, had a baby, and they made the Ray K. That's pretty much what it is.
Those are my favorite. I know they are.
But yeah, so instead of DVD Saturdays, I'm just gonna do Outbreak, even when Amber has to go. I kind of just thought about, I might just go ahead and just do Outbreak the whole time, take a break from DVD. Because the next chapter comes out Wednesday.
Does it really?
The All Kill chapter, chapter 19, with the K-pop killer, Trickster.
Fun. Have fun with that.
I mean, he looks like fucking Jared Leto Joker. I'm not even joking. If I send you a picture, you'd be like, wow, because he's actually the most human-looking killer. But anyway.
I think we're gonna end the stream here.
Yes, our eyes have gotten tired from reading from countless stories here in the archives, but don't you worry. We'll return someday, maybe another 6 months from now.
I hope it's not 6 months from now, but who knows?
Don't worry. We have the cleaning bot clean up here once in a while the dust. So, the books will never go dusty, but still. The archives remain. Until we decide to get a fucking Kindle.
Yeah, right. But we want to thank y'all for hanging out. We do appreciate you. Go follow Rockstar. Go follow Chaka. They're both cool people. Chaka is addicted to nukes.
He's very addicted to Fallout
He
because
is.
I do pop my head in from time to time. I don't comment, but I do pop my head in from time to time when I
Have a
see
good
it
night.
on.
Night, Amber.
Good night, Amber. See you tomorrow.
But thank y'all for hanging out again. We do appreciate it. I will be putting this up on YouTube some point. I still gotta edit
You're gonna
the
get fucking
D&D.
demonetized.
I don't
It's gonna
get
be
money from YouTube.
I know, but they're gonna be like demonetized forever because of all the what the
Yeah,
fucks.
right. No.
There's another one. That should be the count.
Oh
Instead
my
of a rabbit hole, how
gosh.
many times we say what the fuck in a podcast?
Right. But
You said it this many times.
anyways, have a good night, everyone.
Have a good night.